Hey guys, y'all know it's Tuesday, 7 o'clock. But we're going to allow people to go ahead and come in the room. But we're also going to go ahead and bring on, start our Facebook as well. So give people time to come in the room. Just a moment. One second. All right. So, guys, of course, as I mentioned, y'all know 7 o'clock Tuesday, we are live on Talk That Queens with your girl, Amanda Miller Talks. So, definitely go ahead, tag, and share as you come in the room. Today, we are discussing things people want but don't ask or talk about. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. All right, and bring our special guest on Facebook. You sent your request on IG. Okay, let me. You see it on IG. So we on Facebook right here. Send yours on IG. All right, so Boss Lady Lava, I see you trying to tune in on IG. You're going to have to send me your invite so I can bring you on. So send me your invite, Boss Lady Lava, and I will bring you on. So guys, go ahead and tag and share and let people come in the room as we get ready to talk about these subjects. Tag and hold on, Zoe, because I can't hear you. Hold on, I'm going to try to adjust my volume. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to bring you back on. Septic you. Hey guys. We're getting this thing together. Hey girl.
Hey.
So we gotta get Zoe on. She was on the Facebook, but I don't know what happened. So guys, come on in the room, tag and share. Come on in the room, tag
Yes, let
and
me tag.
share.
Let me tag.
And then Lava, let me, cause see, I could, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cause
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
barely hear you. So let me kind of adjust my volume. Let's see, like my volume keep going down. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
Let
you.
me talk up a
I,
little bit more.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Barely.
Barely.
Uh-huh. So it seems, hey guys.
I
So
hear you real good, but
you
you
can
barely
hear
hear
me? But that's okay. I can hear you enough. I can
Wait
hear
a minute.
you enough. So Zoe, we're gonna bring Zoe on here. So guys, give it a minute. We are talking things people want but don't talk about. Go ahead, tag and share. But Zoe, you left me on Facebook. I need you on Facebook.
Okay, can you send me another request on Facebook?
Huh?
Send me another request on Facebook. I see you.
So Zoe,
Hold on. Let me see. Can I?
I'm bringing Zoe on here. So guys, give it a minute. We are talking things people want. So you might have to send it back.
Okay.
So send your request back and kind of let's see. So guys, give it a minute. Go ahead. Hey, cousin, go ahead and tag and share, bring people in the room, tag and share. We're talking today things people want but don't ask. So let's talk about it. Go ahead and tag and share, bring people in the room, tag and share. We're talking today things people want but don't ask. So let's talk about it. So you see me, but you say you can't send me the invite.
It won't let me send it.
I don't know what happened because you was on there. Hold on, guys. Okay, send it again. You just dropped off, but see if you can send it now.
Okay.
I don't know what happened because you was on there. I don't know how.
Oh no.
And it won't let you resend it.
It don't give me. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold it. Go. Here you go. Hold on. I'm sending it now. I seen it. Okay. You, you see it? You see the request?
Okay, it sent it now.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because it is not sending you. It just show you there because I see where you said, hey,
But it says your request has been sent.
be patient with us, guys. We trying to, y'all know we do both Facebook and IG. So we don't want to leave out our Facebook people. So we're trying to ensure that we get everybody on both sides.
Yes, come on in the
Come on
room.
in the room,
Get your
guys. Come on
questions
in the
and your
room.
comments ready.
That's right.
Get your comments and your questions ready. We are talking about what's
See, Zoe, I don't even see that you're on. I see a couple of people.
It says your request has been
Yeah,
sent.
I see him too. Hmm.
Let me try something else. But
And I
y'all go
don't know
ahead.
how you sent it initially.
Hold on.
Yeah, we're all on IG, but we're not all on
on
Facebook.
Facebook.
And so we're trying
Mm-hmm.
to get people on our Facebook side, and they're not on there.
You want to swap it out and just do Facebook?
Mm-mm. Because that's what I'm saying. If we start being on just one platform, we're going to lose our audience on the other. So we
Mm-hmm.
need the same way
Let
when
me
we be in
let
the
me
studio, we need to try to balance both.
let me do this. Let me do Instagram on my iPad and I'm gonna do Facebook on my phone.
Okay, you know what? You're on. What are you trying to get on your phone?
Facebook. I'm on IG on my phone right now.
When you was on Facebook initially, what were you on?
My phone.
On your phone. That's
Mm-hmm.
what it is. I think your iPad is probably giving you a problem joining.
Okay.
That's
So let me see if I can do Instagram on my iPad. Hold on. Okay, there go your live right there. I'm on IG on my phone right there. Do
y'all
Instagram
be
on my
patient.
iPad.
Tag and share. Bring people in the room. Tag and share. Bring them in the
Okay, there go
room.
your live right there.
Y'all be patient. yet. I don't think she's going to be able to do both because now she's come off the live. She's not going to be able to do both unless she get Trinity's phone. Looks like that's going to be the only way. So what we'll do when she get back on here, we'll go ahead and try to get started, whether on either platform.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and try to get started. All right, guys, go ahead. I hope you guys watched the videos. We circulated videos about things that we wanted to talk about in reference to things people want but don't ask. So think about that while we get Zoe to come back on. Things people want but don't ask.
Which is a very, very good topic because initially it happens on, to me, the man side, because a man will actually allow you to continue doing what you're doing and will not tell you that he don't like what you're doing and just let you do it, and then he'll get fed up and don't want to conversate and don't want to have that open relationship. Let's get into it because they do it. Can you hear me?
I can't very barely, but I can hear you. But you're good. You're good. So some of those things being Lava as we wait on Zoe, some of those things being, and guys, think about that. What are some of the things that you want? And we would hope that people would communicate, ask for what they want, put it out there. But a lot of times people don't, and people's attitude typically be, but they should know. And so talk about some of those things that you feel like people should know that you want. Then when they don't show up in that space, it's like we're either mad or it's like Sharice, like how we talked about
a turn off.
It's either a turn off or we're mad, but we gotta remember people don't work in a space that we work in all the time. So what we think they may know, they very well may not. So Lava, what's your thoughts?
Just like we talked about last week. I mean, you said it plain and simple. When we talked about the platonic relationship, you just got to be mature. Or you got to either be mature and you have to be not selfish. I mean, I don't say not selfish because it takes a person that think about others and their feelings to think about the things that they want. So basically, I shouldn't have to tell you certain things that I want. Yeah, sometimes I'm gonna want to, uh, you know, think that you already know what I want. You know, especially a man being, me being a woman and we're in a relationship and I'm giving you the same treatment. I'm treating you.
So guys, we're
like
talking about things, and I wanted to talk about Facebook side because we have people on our IG side and she's talking in reference to it, but I want to be sure that you guys understand where we are and how you can go ahead and get engaged in the conversation as well. And so I want to hear from you. So we talk about the things people want but don't say or talk about. I think your example today was pretty good in reference to the dinner and a friend inviting someone to dinner, and then the person shows up with nothing in hand. But I guess when I thought about that, I said to myself, and guys, I'm just going to give you a scenario. So her friend invited someone, a male guy, to dinner. So they had talked in the past. They run across each other again. Her friend invites the guy to dinner. He accepts, he comes, but the friend is saying he came empty-handed. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so what should he have came with? What does that look like? Are we talking about flowers? Are we talking about wine? What is it that he really, truly should have brought? So, Lava, give me some of that so the audience can kind of dive in, some context behind it. What is your friend thinking he should have brought? Like, talk to me about that, because I had to think about.
Not that he's thinking that he should have brought it. I'm thinking that he should have brought something. When someone invites you to dinner, that's, you don't even have to be in a relationship. That's a whole platonic relationship. That's if I come to your house and you invite me to dinner, what you need me to bring? That's just respect. That's manners. Now, for a man that's interested in a woman and y'all already done talked, and you invite him to come over to dinner, I mean, that's just out of common respect. What do you need me to bring? But then
So she
I go,
said she felt like her friend felt like out of respect he should have said, "What do you want me to bring?" And I don't know. I guess it is courtesy,
it's
but I don't
courtesy.
know if it's a disrespect thing. And that's
It's not
different.
disrespectful. No. But it's out of common respect. But it's not disrespectful, because I'm pretty sure if I would have just been adamant about him going to the store, he probably would have went. But my thing is, when you come in the house and I said, "Oh, I forgot to ask you, could you go to the store? I forgot to ask you, could you bring something to drink? Because there's nothing to drink." Now, immediately, I'm thinking in my head that you should say, "Oh, you need me to go to the store? I'll go to the store. What you need? The store is right up the street." But that didn't happen either. So
So
that's
Sharisa
what
says,
you
was
doing.
the dinner at the house or out?
It was. It
So
was.
it was at the house.
It was at the house. It was at the house. I cooked the dinner.
Yeah, I can see that both ways. I can kind of see it like if he didn't ask to what should I bring, because in his mind, guys kind of be like, I think he could have easily said, what should I bring? But I guess sometimes most people in that space, and y'all chime in, please, because we want to hear from
We
y'all.
need to hear from you.
Yes. I think a lot of times people will say, okay, they invited me to dinner. So everything is laid out and covered in that space of you inviting me to dinner. Now, I'm not saying that as a courtesy, you can say, like you stated, what should I bring? But I don't know necessarily, for me, if the person don't say what should I bring, that's a deal breaker, or that I look at you a certain kind of way.
Of course not. Yeah, of course not. I definitely don't think it's a deal breaker. But he can't do it too many times. He can't do it too many times, because and you know what? You never know what's on somebody's mind or what they're going through. So
Facebook, talk to me.
you never know. So basically, dealing with someone, that expect you to do something that they want, and they're not telling you what they really want, is kind of closed off. That's like closed off for the relationship. You'll never get nowhere like that. You have to have open communication. Don't tell me that you like my macaroni and cheese and you don't really like it. Don't tell me you like my cooking and you really don't like it. That was on a date dilemma with Young Jock and Miss Shanika as well. This guy for 6 months told his girlfriend that he liked her cooking, but he lied to her, didn't tell her the truth. And so she thinking she know how to cook. She thinking she know how to cook. In actuality, he had to get on the radio station to let her know that he didn't like her cooking because his family was coming over. Like, no. These are conversations that needs to be had openly.
So let
What do you call
me
those
ask
type
you
of
this:
people?
if he invited you to dinner, most times we as women would say, "Should I bring anything?" Most times, but I believe if we show up empty-handed, I don't really believe they're judging us on that level, because I think they're thinking, well, I invited her to a dinner. I, as a man, should have everything laid out, whether that, from the food, from the drinks, from the flowers, from whatever that looks like, because I invited her to dinner. So I really don't think we I really don't think they would judge us in that space. So for me, if I invite a man to dinner at my house, I'm going to make sure everything is laid out for us, because I took the initiative to invite that person. If I wanted him to bring something, then I'm going to say, hey, can you bring your wine? Or can you bring XYZ? So it goes back to our question, things that people want but don't ask for. So why would we invite them to dinner, don't ask them to bring something, but then feel some kind of way? Y'all help me out on that.
Where my flowers at? Where's my flowers for real? I deserve
Huh?
flowers.
Say, I didn't hear you.
Where's my flowers? I deserve my flowers.
But guess what? Every woman don't like flowers. So yeah, me, I like flowers. You like flowers. But have you and that person been, your friend and that person, been in a space where they know you like flowers and would bring those? Because if he don't know, he can't bring what he don't know.
What real man go to a woman's house for dinner and do not bring anything? Tell me.
Do y'all believe that? Y'all
Yes.
gotta help me out on that
Let's
one.
go.
I
Let's
just
get
don't
into
see
it.
that. And especially if we just reconnected. If we just reconnected, that's why it's good, right? But he said that's why it's good to always have those talks early, because if y'all just reconnected, here's what I'm gonna say, and he's never brought anything before. What has changed now? Now,
Oh no.
if he was coming before bringing things, and then all of a sudden he comes not bearing gifts, somebody else, I can't hear lava. Yeah, that's why I needed
Oh,
Zoe.
where's
Right. So
wrong?
that's why I needed you on this end and her on that end. So because that's what I was telling you. People couldn't hear her last week. So we need somebody on here since she's on here. So I need you on Facebook and since she's on IG.
I don't know. I just think we need to just switch it over to Facebook. Because we ain't really getting no comments on
We
Instagram.
got more people here than anything.
Oh, we
So
do.
if we do. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter if there's conversation on both sides, then people are getting the full gist of the conversation on both sides. But to your point, Vincent says that's why it's always good to have those talks early. Because we had quite a few people on Facebook, but they've dropped off because see, they're only seeing me and then they hear me and you talking back and forth.
Yeah, there's.
So they've dropped off. But yeah, Zoe's on here now. So maybe we'll get some traction back on this side. But Zoe, Lava was saying that what real man don't show up for a dinner and don't bring anything. And I don't know that we classify as a real man if he shows up and don't have anything, because he could easily say what real woman shows up and don't bring anything. And I don't know that as a woman we're showing up most times. Most time we showing up empty-handed. If a man invites us to dinner, you've invited me to dinner, so I expect you to have everything laid out. And I'm not. I mean, what am I showing up with? If I asked you, should I bring anything? Sharisa said most times he's going to say no. Because really, in our essence, for a man, if he's inviting you to dinner, he more likely gonna go all out. Because we're talking about at your home. So I want to wine her, dine her. Why would I want her to bring something? So I guess my thing is, as a woman, we have to flip that and not always expect them to bring something just because we invited them. Give me a second, so I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna read some of the comments here. Sharisa laughed at you when you said, "Where's my flowers?" Denson said, "That's why it's always good to have those talks early. We reconnect. This is our first, I'm assuming, dinner. I would assume we are just getting ready to catch up. We eat, we talk." I kind of agree. I agree in that. Tanisha said, "If it's for reconnection on a friend status, I would not expect him to. But if it's more of a relationship status, yes, I would invite him to dinner. Any man with integrity or character would ask, 'Do you need anything?' Invited to dinner." Well, I don't, and I don't, but I don't know if I necessarily. So this is said, any man with integrity or character would
Thank
say,
you,
"Should I bring
Vincent.
anything?" But I don't think that speaks on his integrity or his character just because he
Why?
don't ask to bring anything. I just don't.
That's character. That's character.
But so what does that say about his character? Vincent and Lava, y'all help me in that space. Zoe, on our Facebook side, what you're thinking? Because we got to bring in some more traction here. I can hear you a little bit. Go ahead. Yeah, Zoe saying if she asks you for dinner, she's expecting that person to have everything. And I guess even if they don't have everything, I guess my point is, I don't know if that speaks to their character or integrity that they did not.
Maybe not.
That's my point. I
Maybe
just
not
believe that
integrity.
if what people want and don't ask for, if you wanted them to bring something, why didn't you ask? So Zoe was saying she agrees.
You know what? It's hard for me to get with that. It really is, because I've had a situation like that in the past, and the person was like, "If you want it, just ask. Don't expect don't expect for me to be a mind reader." And I get it, I get it, but sometimes as a man or as a woman with a good heart, you gonna do these
Vincent
things
said
without
it
someone
speaks
asking
volume
you.
if he doesn't ask if she needs anything when invited to dinner at her home. I do agree to that. I agree that it's courtesy, but I
Courtesy.
don't believe, for me, this is me, and y'all chip in. So we got to tag share and bring people in the room so people are joining back on Facebook. I I don't know, for me, that it speaks volumes for me. Now this is me, because if I invite Zoe to dinner, and if Zoe don't ask me, should I bring anything, I promise you I'm not going to judge her and say, dang, Zoe ain't even
Well,
asked me, should she bring
okay.
anything?
I mean, of
Teresa didn't
course,
even ask me if should she bring anything. I'm not going to look at you any way differently because you didn't ask me to bring anything. There's no way I'm going to look at my friend different because I invited you.
but that's your friend. We're
No,
talking
friends
about
are
a
not.
guy
She said, but
friend.
that's my friend. What's it? So we're saying because he was her friend. They're reconnecting. That's not her man.
Well, yeah, but he probably came over there with the intentions.
He probably came over there with intentions to do what? Love, I lost you.
Her.
Trying to date her.
I said he probably came over there with the intentions that he was trying to date her.
He probably came up with the intentions of trying to date her.
He probably came over with the intentions
he said she probably came up with the intentions of trying to date her. But here's the thing: even if he came over with the intentions of trying to date her, there's a beginning stage to anything. And so, with that stated, then whatever it goes from there is how we blossom going forward. I just think we judge people off of the things that they don't do, but how do they know if you never asked? She said, what if you don't like flowers? So was he supposed to ask you, should I bring flowers? Teresa froze. And so, Teresa, you froze, baby. You're going to have to try to get back in. But yeah, let me go here and see if I can tag and share and bring folks on this side. Huh? Teresa, you froze. You're going to have to drop and come back on. So, okay, you back. Teresa,
I'm sorry.
you're back.
I had to.
It's okay, you just froze. But I guess, it goes back to, okay, I came in mid-conversation, scratching my comments. I thought the topic was about inviting him to her house. But it is. It is about it's about what people want but don't ask. So we're Vincent, but this was a scenario to what happened in the space of where the female invited the guy over for dinner, but she's saying he came empty-handed. So our thing was, if you wanted him to bring something, then why didn't you ask? Because that's a two-way thing as well. Just the same way he could have asked, so she could have asked as well. As are we talking friendship or relationship? No, they were just rekindling. They was just re-meeting. Either way, when invited to someone's house, you ask, can I bring anything? Some was not raised that way. Some just don't do it, period. That's right. And if they wasn't raised that way, we can't expect everybody to be raised like us. And I think that's where we go wrong. We always thinking people are raised and move like us. And we all know that's not true. Everybody has not came up with that common courtesy. Everyone has not been raised in that space. So when we do that, we leave ourselves to think that everybody think like us, and they don't. What you say, Zoe? And yeah, and we're thinking that they're wrong for not thinking like us. And I do believe that for me, most men, they probably would say no anyways if they're if we even ask as that courtesy. 9 times out of 10, most men gonna say no, I got it, because he's inviting you. And most times we will too, because we've asked that person to dinner. So most times, even if they say as a common courtesy, should I bring anything? Most times we're going to say, no, I got it. Because you're inviting that person to dinner. Really, in our essence, in my mind, if I invite you to dinner, what would I want you to bring something? I'm the one inviting you.
It depends on the circumstances, though. It depends on the situation, what it is. Like, if it's just a friendship, then of course, I mean, you don't have to bring anything. But if it's someone that's trying to court me again, I want to see where your head at. I want to see where you stand with me. I want to see how much do you care about rekindling with me.
She said that if you're trying to rekindle with me, I'm trying to see how much you care about rekindling with me. But I guess my thing is, like I mentioned before you got on, Zoe, and Terry, thank you for joining. I'm gonna read your comment. What is there to bring? Wine, flowers. Okay, wine, flowers, right?
Yeah.
Something to drink or flowers. Because for dinner, I I just don't see you bringing anything to the dinner. You
I mean,
invited me to dinner.
of course. I mean,
So
of
what
course,
is there to
nothing.
bring other than flowers or some wine?
What's Zoe?
She said she don't think it's a deal breaker because so you take okay, let me tell you what Terry said. That's how you know tradition of life has changed. So you take it like if a woman as a man out to dinner, do you feel like she have to pay or or will he or he will have to pay? Um Okay, so she did say dessert. Great point. Tanisha said dessert. So yeah, maybe. But that goes back to Vincent's conversation. If you're bringing dessert, then you need to ask what them folks like. Because if you show up with something they don't even like, I mean, you did a disservice to even to the dinner. So there again, the person who's giving the dinner needs to specify to me what you want so that that person can accommodate to what you need. We can't expect people to read our minds, and then when they don't show up with flowers, because like Zoe said, it might be a girl that don't even like flowers. And then she's saying, girl, guess what? I invited him to dinner time and he showed up with these sorry behind flowers.
And
That's not
she
even her
just
thing.
that's just an inconsiderate person. Because if
But if
somebody
I don't even
brings something,
like, go ahead.
if somebody brings something to me and I know I'm not really fond of it, but I'm still like, oh, this is sweet. It's the thought that counts.
She
I
said
want,
it's the thought that count. That would be an inconsiderate person. You're right. It would be an inconsiderate person. I totally agree to that. But hindsight is, did it really matter? My point is, did it really matter to that individual that he brought those flowers? Because even though at the end of the day he brought those, but are you going to brag to your girlfriend about it? If you're that girl that don't like flowers, you're not. So he didn't even win brownie points with her for bringing flowers. Because she appreciated it, but it wasn't a deal breaker for her because he brought something she really could have cared less about. So why would you bring something that you don't really know is going to move her or not? You taking a risk.
I mean, you're talking about something. You're talking about a night where we're trying to rekindle. We haven't seen each other in a while. You might be talking about we're just started dating. We're not in a committed relationship. So if you bring anything to my home or to me, I'm going to be appreciative of whatever it is. It could be a scratch off.
And
It
I and
could be
I agree. I agree to your point. A lot of people, it is appreciated that you even tried. But to some equally as well, it makes me no difference because I invited you to my home. And this is me, if I invite you to my home, you ain't got to come bearing gifts for me. That's me. You don't have to come bearing gifts for me. And even if you did bring the flowers, even if you did bring the wine for me, it didn't break or make the relationship. I can care less if you came in with a bottle of wine or you came in with the flowers. It didn't win me over for me and you to move to the next
so
level.
let me ask
That's
you.
what I'm saying. What does it do for you?
That's what I'm
What
asking,
does it? What
and
would it
that's
do
what I
for
want
you?
to ask you. That's what I want to ask you, since it don't win you over. So if someone was to do that for you out the kindness of their heart, you're gonna take them, right? You're gonna take whatever they give to you, right?
And
But
I
how?
say, and what
But
I'm gonna
but
say to my
but
girlfriend the next day, girl, that was so cute.
right, right,
That's it.
right.
But
So
being so cute to me is like a little child. So I
oh,
don't say,
oh, that's
I'm
insulting.
saying, girl, that was so cute, girl. He brought some flowers.
But you wouldn't tell him that.
No, I'm gonna say thank you to him. Why would I say that's so cute to him?
That's what.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
thank you to him, but
But
what I'm telling you, that didn't win me over.
so
So
I
that's
got
what
a
I'm saying.
question
Why
for
is it
you.
such a big deal? Because it didn't do anything for me just because you brought flowers.
Okay.
Yes, I'm appreciative. But what did that do?
Okay, so when he gave it to you, what was your thoughts?
This so cute.
So crazy.
Because I mean, for me, I guess for me, for flowers, for me, this is me speaking unapologetically
Come
real.
on.
Gifts from me is for it moves me if I'm getting something for somebody that I like. It just don't do anything for me. I like your kind gesture. I like and I appreciate it. I'm not saying that, but I am wooed and I am wowed by somebody I like. If I just invite you to dinner, if I'm inviting you to dinner anyways, I'm not inviting just anybody to dinner. I guess let's start there. If we're friends, unless we all as a friend group, girls and guys, are having dinner, then I may invite you to dinner. But just a guy that I know and we just chilling and we just talk on the phone and we kick it, I just don't know if I'm inviting you to dinner to my house. I guess that's the difference maybe between you and I. Maybe because I guess that's not how I move. And I'm not saying
Well,
anything is
well, well,
wrong with
well, well.
that.
If it's
I'm not saying
somebody
anything is
like,
wrong with that anyways. I'm saying the only person that's going to get invited to my home is going to be somebody that I've been talking to that's
right,
on a trend
exactly.
of us liking each other and dating. And I guess
Oh no,
that's
we've been
why
friends
I'm
for
saying,
years. Yeah, we've been friends for years. Like I mean, really good friends, platonic friends. And we dated, but now we just platonic friends. But he came over for dinner. I was
and
sometimes
then
you
see, for me as a
expect.
platonic friend, I definitely wouldn't expect that you had to buy anything.
Well, I mean, I didn't expect it, but I did have a little thought in my mind that maybe you probably would have offered something, but
So what's your thoughts on your Facebook?
to each his
Let's
own, to each his
see.
own. Where's Instagram? Where are my comments for Instagram? I can't even see the comments.
Okay, let me tell you, Noon I3 Love said it depends on the female. I appreciate the thought. Taking the risk means a lot. And I think you can. I agree to that. I think if you take the risk, it's gonna go one way or another. You can't win, you can't lose, so take the risk. Um, yeah, so I can agree to that. That it's okay to take the risk. But some guys just aren't risk takers. But I go back to say, if you wanted something, and we're not even talking about the flowers, we talking about if something needed to be brought for the dinner, I think that person should have asked.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of
So
course. I
so
agree.
when we judge a person, if we invite you to dinner and we bring and you don't bring something, and we judge you after the fact, well, if you needed them to bring something, I'm not sure why we would have a dinner and want them to bring something. What is that about? What is that about? Why would we invite somebody to dinner and want them to bring something? Don't ask, but then judge them afterwards. I guess that's the question to our social media platform.
Okay, well, you have to know their intentions. When that person come, what are their intentions?
And their intentions meaning
Anything. Meaning, what are their intentions for that night, or what type of relationship do you sustain together, you know, to understand that, like to understand that person, to understand you not asking to bring something versus them asking you if you need something. What is the what is so it's I just it depends on. I'm with Noonie said it depends on the person, and that's true. It depends on the person.
she said it depends on the person. I guess it depends on the status of the relationship.
But yeah.
And if y'all just rekindling, for me, I guess it has to be a little more context for me to be able to say yay or nay. Because I guess one, if we platonic friends, I don't expect you to bring anything.
Right. And I didn't.
Two, if we've been talking in a space of us linking up, I guess it's go back to how many times, and I want you ladies to just think about it. Let's just be realistic. How many times have guys came to your house and didn't bring anything? So your thing on your speaker hit your, okay, there you go. Yeah, she said people can bring candied flowers and candy wine flowers and don't have the best intentions. So what does that mean? See, and I guess that's where I'm trying to understand, what does it mean to your friend that he didn't bring anything, but if he did bring something, what was that supposed to signify? That he liked you, that he wanted to be in a relationship, or were you guys looking for, it was just a thought? I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out, because people can come bearing gifts and it doesn't mean anything or not have the right intentions. I guess that's where I'm trying to understand what
Just a
was the
thought.
flowers
It's
or
a
the candy
thought.
or whatever they brought supposed to signify. Because people will do stuff just to set the tone. And then we as women, we buy into that foolishness just because you came bearing flowers, just because you came bearing a bottle of wine. And we thinking like, keep grinning, when all the time he don't even
No,
have the right intentions
no,
anyways.
no. That's a little girl doing that. I'm talking a mature woman. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. If a man brings something to your home without you asking, it's just a thought.
Right.
It's no big
But
deal.
the
It's
point
not a
was,
deal
okay, you
breaker.
said it was just a thought. But remember, Lava, it was stated that it was a turnoff. That's what was in the write-up. The write-up said it was a turnoff. So the thing was, so if it was a turnoff,
Because you got other intentions for me. That's why. You're not stating your
a
intentions.
girl on Facebook side said, I've never been flattered by flowers. And see, that's why I said it just gotta be like, I guess it all depends. And everybody, like we stated, have their own thoughts on it. And that's why we love to have these dialogues. But I guess I always shifted from our women to cover our men. If I promise you, if we go to their house and they invite us to dinner and we don't show up with anything, I promise you it's not a deal breaker.
Oh no, they
So
don't
I'm trying to
care.
understand
Yeah.
why we judging them so hard when we go there, if they invite us to dinner and we go there, they're not going to say it speaks on our character. They're not going to say it speaks on our integrity. They're not going to say we less than a woman. They're not going to say it's a turnoff. I promise you they're not. So I'm trying to understand why we judging them so hard.
It depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. So not to break break the conversation that we're having now, but what about when you get to know someone and start dating someone? What about asking these questions and making sure that you guys stay on that compatibility, asking these questions, making sure each other is okay during the relationship, whether it's committed or not committed, making sure that you guys are on the same page, asking these questions. What do you like? What you don't like? What is it that I can do? What I shouldn't do? What turns you on and what turns you off?
Yeah.
These are questions.
Let's talk about some other things that we ask for, that we like, because it's situations like this that's deeper, like how we was just with the back and forth dialogue, which was very great. The point is, there are many other things bigger than flowers and bottle of wine that people desire but don't ask for, and it creates a boomerang just like this. that people judge that other person, but you haven't really set the foundation or the tone for them to even know that, you know. So, like the video was circulated, it said that about the man was saying he wants to have the long car rides, he wants to have the quality time, he wants to have the picnics and all of that kind of stuff like that. And so, from a man perspective, if that woman don't know you're that type of guy, she may not even go in that direction. Because there are some men that looks like, well, I don't do no picnic. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know your person before you even go doing some of this stuff so that it's meaningful. I guess that's what I was saying, even about the flowers or the bottle of wine. I guess even though it's a gesture, I think we have to do things for people that make a good impact on them so
So I
that
have
it
a
means something.
so I have a question for you, Amanda. Can you hear me?
Hold on for a second. Let me hear Zoe. Say it again, Zoe. She said, let's take walks, impromptu vacation surprised me. She said, like an impromptu vacation surprised me. I think holistically, everybody would want a vacation. You see what I'm saying? I think it just have to make sense. She said, somebody else says it's all in how you were raised. And that's what we said. Everybody wasn't raised that way. So we judge people based off the way we think that they should know, but everybody wasn't raised like that. So we judge people off the way we think that we would respond and do things. And is that really fair? And let me read her comment. She said, it's all in how you were raised. Flowers, candy, etc. was flattery, but back in the day, but we are different in this age. I don't care nothing about that. It's cute. And that's crazy. She wasn't even on here when I said that. She said it's cute, but it won't get you cut off if you don't. She says, hold on for me. I'm a plain Jane. Simply is my biggest form of flattery if we are at that point. Somebody else on here says affection is everything to me. It's come to all forms, from simple to unique. You already know, so PDA is not me. What was your question, Lava?
So my question is to you, Amanda. Um, if you dated a guy and you just started dating a guy and he takes you on these romantic walks and take you to the waterfall and make sure you every time y'all see each other, he's just making up these places for you to go. Do you think these are things that he wants to do, or these are things that he think you want to do?
I think it could be both. I think people. She said if a person takes you on walks, and
Different
do what again?
different dates, like if
Different dates,
different type of dates.
different
Yeah,
type of dates.
he
Do
makes
I
these
think
things
it's
up.
things that he wants to do are things that I want to do? I think it depends on stage setting. Um, in the beginning, I think people do the things that they think that people like. But that's what we also say you can't. Remember, we said that on one of the shows. People think that what they've learned in one relationship applies to the next, and it don't. So everything your girl liked it out of that last relationship, your new person may not even be fazed by that. So I think in the beginning, people do what they are used to doing from their old relationship. And then once they get to know the person at some level, then I think they do start to do the things, excuse me, that person likes, because you can't do what you know I like when you don't even know me. You can't do what you don't know that I like.
So you think that if you just meet a guy and he just so happened to say, "Come on, I know a spot we can go to," and he takes you to that spot and it's a nice spot, you think that he did that because he did it in the
No,
last relationship?
I'm giving you an example. I'm saying if, but I promise you this, he might didn't do it in the last relationship, but I promise you he didn't do it because of me. Because he don't know me. You don't know if I like, say for instance, Sharissa just said about the waterfall. You don't know if I like areas like that for a waterfall. You don't know if that's my thing. I might think
Right.
that's cheesy. I
Right.
might
And
think
of course,
that it's
he's
too
gonna
much.
ask you that.
So what
Yeah.
I'm telling you is, people do stuff in the beginning based on what they're used to doing, whether it's they've seen their homeboy do it, whether they did it in the past with somebody else. They do it based on pattern and their habits of doing other things, but they didn't do it based on me, because you don't even know that's the type of stuff that I like. Now, maybe you think that it's gonna woo me, so yeah, but that may not even be my thing. Walks and waterfalls.
But do you take that in consideration that this guy is being cute or being nice? Do you take that in consideration? Just
Right,
meeting
I
him?
do take that in consideration, because, like the people were saying, everything is appreciated by all means. Everything is appreciated, but what I'm saying is, for the girls who don't even like those things, say like the girl who said on the Facebook side, it's not gonna woo her. She'll appreciate it, but it didn't give him no brownie points, because that's not her thing. And that's what I'm saying. Until you give, that's just like buying gifts. I don't buy gifts that I don't think people is going to appreciate, which means
Right.
I buy you gifts that's uniquely to you so that you can appreciate it. But
So you
how
don't
would
like
I buy
surprises.
a gift uniquely to you if I don't even know you?
So you don't like surprises. You don't like surprises?
Surprises and being unique is nothing, because guess what? Like the girl was saying here about vacation. If you surprise me with a vacation, it is a surprise. It's not it's simply going somewhere. I don't know anybody that don't want to go out of the country or go somewhere. So the surprise like that for me, yes. But to if you heard something that I said I like, and it could be small stuff, it don't even have to be the vacation. It could be something small. Let's just say I've been looking and eyeing a purse. And I'm not talking about a designer purse, I'm just saying a purse in general. And then you show up with the purse. Yes, because you've heard me say that. If you show up with some drinks, and I'm just being real simplistic, and I don't even drink drinks, then yes, it's just appreciated. But if I don't even drink drinks, it really didn't do a lot for me. So what I'm saying is make it be uniquely to me as the surprise. Because people can do surprises for you on things that they know you like. Surprises ain't just because on things that they don't know you like.
Right.
Don't let him walk or waterfowl you out of your hands. And that's the thing that Zoe was saying. People can do all these things with the wrong intentions. And I don't want us to be, and it ain't even about the man. I want, because we kind of shift the narrative, guys. I want to, like, guys, help us in this space, because y'all will want things, but don't ask for either. So it's not always about us. That's why I said, what if we show up with at their house without things? They're not going to judge us, and it be a deal breaker. So my thing is, what are some of the things that guys want from us, but they don't say?
Um,
Shamar says, make it, Shamar's a guy, he said, make it meaningful and useful. Right. People will appreciate the gifts, but people appreciate things that are meaningful and useful. People just don't want, because it's just like, you just did something. Yeah, Zoe said that means when you give meaningful and useful gifts, it means you've paid attention to your person. And I think in the beginning of the conversation, when we were talking about the flowers and the other stuff, it's like people just did it just because it seems like it's something to do. The flowers or the wine. But when you give people things or show up with things that are meaningful, it really do make a great impact on that person. Go ahead. And he said on the Facebook side, when I said, what are some of the things that men want but don't ask for? He said, we want y'all to listen. So to your point, Lava, about the picnics and stuff like that. So let me ask you this: if if you didn't know that a man was that kind of guy, would you do a picnic for him?
No, I will ask first. Well, wait a minute. If it was just we're just meeting each other and I just want to do something to just, get with him, just to go do, I probably would.
Okay.
I probably would.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said she probably would,
I
which would
probably
be
would.
okay. Because I guess like we were saying, anything is appreciated.
Right.
And I think we do things that we believe make an impact on people. And if they're not that type of person, they appreciate it, but it didn't make an impact on them. So you really didn't get anywhere. You said what? He said what? He what? Oh, she said, what if he say, I'm allergic to grass? And then again, you got the blanket, but you still got all this grass
Well,
around you. But see,
guess
that's
what?
what I'm saying is like, go ahead.
Well, guess what? We're moving to the cement.
She said, then they're gonna move to the cement. I don't ask for anything I'm not going to ask. I think you know when I need what I need when I need. The things I don't want to go to the store for, underwear, etc. But I think that's another thing is we always think that people know what we need. People that you're dating consistently, more likely they know because they know your habits. They know you. But when we're talking about and most times that's the kind of person where y'all live in the same house most times or y'all spend the night a lot. But huh, okay, got you. But for the most part, when it's people that we're just getting to know or we're dating, I think we have to learn those people, um, learn those people before we really start doing a lot of stuff. It goes back to jumping the gun, trying to make impressions, trying to get people to like us, trying to do all of these things in the beginning that really, how many times we start in relationships and we do all of this stuff and then the next month we're not even with that person because it didn't make them any difference because we didn't even know who they were and how they move.
So, Amanda, how long do you think that you should
Hold on,
wait?
Lola, and then we're gonna get ready to close. I'm gonna give Zoe, then I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay.
Say it again, Zoe. Zoe said the biggest thing is like we've been talking about the whole time is communication. Get to know that person. Y'all communicate with each other before you start doing a lot of stuff for that person to try to win them over. It goes back to, I remember the conversation Zoe said about folding them clothes and washing them dishes. Sometimes we just do too much to kind of make an impression on a person, and really to that person it meant nothing. I mean, they
and we
appreciated
don't.
it, but it didn't level us up the list one way or another.
Right. But then we don't know if that's what they wanted or not.
So, Makia said, I met plenty of guys that want affection, and although I wasn't raised with affection, I tend to cater to their needs, even if it's something that I'm not used to or have never seen. And then I think we're good over here. Lava, what was your question before we close out?
How long should we wait before we start doing these things? For
I think there's never a time frame, as we talk about that a lot. She said, what is the time frame that we look at before we start doing all of these things? And I don't know that there is a stamp on the time frame. Because I think all of that is levels. I think it comes down to communication and you knowing where you guys are in the situationship or relationship. And then I think that's the red light to start doing all these things. Because here's the thing, truly, when we're talking about dating, if you guys are not dating exclusively, it's really a competition. Because at the end of the day, he's dating you, he's dating her, and vice versa. Because I say we date them all, everybody, until somebody is exclusive. And until you are exclusive, to me, I say tread lightly. That's me.
so, how do a man rate if we're dating more than one person? And I'm a woman, so I'm gonna speak on the man. If a man is dating more than one woman, how do we determine? And you said that we're competing, right? We're competing to become that person, right? So why wouldn't we do those things that that person would probably like? Why wouldn't we? If we're competing, you're talking about competing, right, with another
Hold
woman.
on 1 second, Live. I'm coming back to you. Dre said communication is key. We have to learn how to pick up on hints we drop. That's what Zoe was saying, paying attention to your person. That goes both ways. Michaela said, to his point, that part, Zoe said, I agree. And that's what we're saying. We do stuff out the gate that we think is going to be meaningful to a person, but until you get those little hints that they're dropping for you to pick up on what that person like or dislike, I mean, you just may just be doing it, and it may not be impactful to them at all because they think it's cute, they appreciate it, but it didn't level set or really do anything to win them over. And you're saying if you're dating more than one person, what happens?
Well, no, I'm just saying basically, if a man is dating more than one woman, he's likely to pick the one that has his best interest.
But expressing interest isn't, I got to show up with something all the time. Expressing interest isn't, I got to take you on picnics. Expressing interest is me saying, hey, babe, how was your day today? Me texting you during the day saying, baby, are you having a good day? Me saying, hey, is there anything that, if he said, well, I had a bad day. What do you want to talk today? So I listen to you because now you know that like he said, be a good listener. Now I know I can go to Amanda to listen. I might be dating Karen, but Karen could care less about listening to my problems. So it's a lot of things that we can do besides buying gifts or going on picnics or showing up with flowers or showing up with wine. It's bigger than that. It's comforting, it's companionship, it's emotional, it's affection. It's all of that stuff that we can do to let that man know that he's valued and he's appreciated. Zoe said the things that matter to anybody the most is things that cost you nothing. I really love conversations as well. Text and call are a must. If a person doesn't show sincere interest, I'm out. So yeah, and that was from a guy on this side. Is this bigger than, and I don't know, like Makia said, maybe it's sometimes, and we're gonna close out, and sometimes it may be where we are in age. Maybe it be sometimes where we are in age, because you got to remember, not a big difference, but Zoe and I do have a little difference in age from you. So for us, it may look different. That's why I say it's never really a time frame. It may just look different based on what generation you fit in. And so for us, and to Michaela's point, she's really right. For me, the flowers and the candies and all of that showing up is cute, but it really don't make a big impact on me. In what I said at my age, it's more so to Dre's point. Do you call me? Do you text me? Do you say the good mornings? Do when I say I had a bad day, do you show the emotions and say, well, baby, what's wrong? Because you can say that and people skate right over it.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it actually includes that too as well. I mean, it's all of that. It's all of that.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been great.
Yeah.
We really appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all putting it in the chat. Y'all, we gonna try to get back down to the studio sooner than later, but I think we are able to definitely bring some meaningful conversations. Hold on, I'm gonna read this last one. I just want to make sure she get ready. That's what I mean by simple form. No money. She says no money is being spent. Very simple by asking those questions. I think when people start, they ignore your feelings. That's right. Sometimes people do ignore your feelings, and if you ignore my feelings, you ain't making no impression on me. I think when we start spending money, that's when the expectations come in on both sides, men and women. If I'm spending my money on you, I expect something from you. And I'm not talking about sex. I expect you to think, now I think we're in a relationship. And the folks still ain't even signified this. You know, they're not. I just think, like she said, I think we both, on both sides, have to be very careful about start spending money on people.
Yeah, that is
it's
true.
Level set that we exclusive.
Yeah, that's true.
We do too much too fast. We really do. All right, guys, this has been great. Have an amazing week, guys. We will see you guys we may not see you next week Tuesday because we're coming up to the holiday. But we will have a video for you guys leading you into Christmas. So we'll have a Christmas video that we'll circulate and share. But we want to tell you guys thank you.
Thank you.
We will be seeing you guys next week Tuesday with our video. Have an amazing day, guys.
Yes.